Hi all, welcome to series of video lectures on computer networks. This is Sharath Kumar and welcome to my first video lecture on computer networks. In this video, we'll start the introduction on computer networks, and in the series of videos we'll discuss the different layered architectures in the computer networks like OSI layer, TCP layer, ARPANET, etc. And we'll also discuss all the individual layers of the computer networks. So let us start with the introduction of computer networks. So before that, this is the textbook which we will be generally following, Andrew West Tannenbaum for the computer networks, 4th edition. Yeah, let us start the definition of a computer networks. So generally, what is a network? A network is a collection of two or more devices. So as we are dealing with computer networks, collection of two or more computers is called as a computer networks. If you see the exact definition of computer networks, the collection of autonomous computers interconnected by a single technology is called as a computer network. So when two or more devices or two or more computers, the first question what arises is why to interconnect any devices, why to connect number of devices. The common answer is for exchanging some sort of information between these two devices. So likewise, the number of devices interconnected to each other, they can share some information like files or any other things. Yeah, how this exchange takes place? The exchange of this information takes place either through wired media or wireless medium. Depending upon our flexibility, depending upon our requirement, we can use any type of medium for transmission of this information between the devices. Next one, what are all the general problems whenever we are trying to form a network? See, the slide shows what are all the different simple problems in the networking. Generally, there are two types of data representations: analog data representation and digital data representation. The first problem itself is how to control or how to convert one form of data to another form. Generally, the conversion is to see which mode is flexible for our transmission. And next, how to detect the errors, how to correct the errors, then how to capture the physical lines, like what we call how to allocate the channel for the different packets, and routing. Routing generally deals with how to form a path between source and destination. The next one is a channel utilization, like flow control. So in the flow control, the general task is if the congestion is more, or if the sender is sending more number of bits, and if the receiver is not able to receive that many number of bits, then how to control the flow between these two. And the masking of the details, this generally deals with the security aspects, which has to be masked whenever we are transmitting the data. So like this, considering these network problems, in general our subject computer networks deals with each and every aspect of these problems. And in general, we are having a number of layered architectures which we will discuss in the series of video lectures. OSI layer, which will be having 7 layers. So these problems are dealt in detail if we are going to the specific layers. Yeah, we'll come to that later when we are going for the next video lectures. Now let us complete our introduction part. Next, what is the different types of what are the different types of network hardwares, or simply what are all the different transmission technologies? Generally, in the slide you can see that there are two types, broadcast and point to point. Yeah, of course, we are having another thing which is also called as multi-point. These are all the different types of transmission technologies. Broadcast, one to many, means one sender, number of receivers, where there is only one way communication from transmitter to the receiver. The other way is not possible. Point to point, one to one, and third one which is not there here, but many to many. Multi-point means many to many. So these are all the different types of transmission technologies that are generally used in the computer networks. Now coming to the different types of networks depending upon the scale, depending upon the coverage, we are having PANs, personal area networks, which is nearly at a distance of 1 meter, the coverage will be 1 meter. Next is a LAN, local area network, from 10 meters to 1 kilometer approximately. MAN, metropolitan area network, within the range of 10 kilometers. Wide area network, that is approximately up to thousands of kilometers. And then internet, which is a larger one, network of networks, we can call that as. So depending upon the scale, depending upon the area, we can divide the networks: local area network, personal area network, local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, and finally the biggest one, internet, which will be connecting all the devices. This is a brief about local area networks. Generally in our colleges we can see the LAN systems. The number of systems are connected through a cable or a type of a ring. Here you can see two diagrams here which indicates two different types of local area networks. So as we already discussed, what is a local area network? A LAN is a simple network that connects a number of devices within a range of 10 meters to 1 kilometer. Here we can see here. So traditionally, if you see the speed of any LAN, that will be between 10 Mbps to 1000 Mbps. In general scenario, to cover a small areas like colleges or within the buildings, will be going with local area networks. Next is a metropolitan area network, which deals with an entire city, where here in the diagram you can see here you can see there is an antenna connected to number of lines. Here you can see an internet server, different set of boxes like here. So you can take a digital network that is covering an entire city. Next, coming to the wireless area, wide area network or an internet. See, wide area network generally covers a larger area. In this we are having two terminologies, generally host and service providers. Host are generally users, for example a personal area computers or personal devices, these are called as a host. And subnet is typically an internet service provider, that is typically owned by an internet service provider, and whoever want to access these are connected to the subnets first. And these subnets will be consisting of distinct components like the transmission lines and the switching elements, generally transmission lines for passing the bits from one place to another place, the switching elements like routers. In the next we can see the WAN and an internet connection here. So here you can see, so this circle, the circle is called as a subnet, where we are having the small circles which are routers. So if any device want to communicate with any other device, first of all we should connect it to a subnet. A subnet is the combination of different routers, interconnected routers or switching techniques. If these are called as a hosts, the host systems will be communicated, and here you can see in the second diagram, you can see the host can send the packet to the other host through this subnet. So here we are making use of packet routing. So this is about the wide area network. And next, coming for the other type of transmission, which is wireless networks, where there will not be any medium, or simply will be making use of a wireless medium. The most common technologies for the short range wireless communication is Bluetooth. Like we can all exchange our mobile data by using these Bluetooth technologies. And wireless LANs, or simply we can call it as a Wi-Fi, where the number of devices can be connected to the Wi-Fi within a limited distances. And if you are going for larger wireless networks, these are called as a cellular telephone networks, where we can talk with any people in the world. Means the coverage will be more, and of course the bands will be different, the coverage will be different. So similar to the wired networks, we are also having wireless networks depending upon the range of coverages. Next, what are all the different layers? What are the hierarchies? What is a protocol? Why we are going that protocols? What are all the different types of services? What are all the service primitives? And the relationship between services and protocols. So next video we'll try to discuss all these aspects. We'll start with what is a protocol and how the network protocols are organized in the layers, why we are going for the layers, or what is the advantage we are getting once we are going for the layered architecture, and what are all the general reference models we will be using for the computer networks. Thank you all for watching this video. See you in the next. Bye.